Turbo Underworld Breach was one of the strongest decks to ever be played in Legacy and was banned very quickly. Let's try it out in Vintage. Welcome back, Vintage gamers. It has been a while since we've streamed a Vintage challenge Saturday afternoon, just like the good old times. This is a classic take on a banned Legacy deck. This was one of the strongest Legacy decks of all time, Turbo Underworld Breach. And I'm going to bring it back today in Vintage because I think one of the biggest problems I had with this deck in the past was it folded pretty hard to Leyline of the Void. And Leyline of the Void was everywhere because Dredge was broken. Now, Bazaar at an all-time low. Dredge, the only really reasonable Bazaar deck to be playing. Lots of Lurrus running around. I think Leyline of the Void at an all-time low as well. So, theoretically, we can avoid the Leyline of the Void and stick to this very compact and powerful combo plan. Obviously, for anyone who doesn't know, Underworld Breach in combination with a Brain Freeze and either a Black Lotus, Lion's Eye Diamond, or Lotus Petal is a winning combination where you mill over your deck and then mill over their deck and Ancestral targeting them. I have included a couple different tech pieces to aid in that. We have a Seal of Cleansing in the main, which pairs really well with Lurrus. That can hit like a Leyline of the Void or a Vexing Bauble or something like that. But I've also added a Thassa's Oracle combination with Demonic Consultation. This is going to give us an alternative win condition that doesn't use the graveyard, as well as a way to win the game through a Underworld Breach protection trigger. So Underworld Breach protection trigger means you can't Brain Freeze targeting them. So this will give us an alternative way to win through that. Is it necessary? Hard to say without playing more games, but something that I'm at least interested in trying out here. I don't think the cost is very high. I don't know how much fair consult will do here, but we do have a lot of 4-ofs. You could be a bit worried that you'd go too deep and won't have enough storm, but I'm not sure about that one either. It is worth noting, of course, that Lion's Eye Diamond and Lotus Petal are both restricted in Vintage. So the Turbo Volt list that got banned, Turbo Breach list that got banned in Legacy did have 8 Lotus Petals and Lion's Eye Diamonds together, and we're only at 3 out of 8. But we do have Vampirics and Demonics to up the count. Milling things over with Lurrus obviously ups the count a little bit as well, and lots of things like that. The mana base is a little on the sus side. We've got base blue deck splashing red for Breach, black for Tutors, and white for Seal and Chant. But the real reason you're splashing white is not really Seal and Orm Chant. It's actually 4 Swords of Plowshares on the sideboard. Swords of Plowshare is at its all-time high in Vintage. Very, very strong. Lots of creatures running around. Very strong. I do have a nice Serenity and Wear Tear package in the board, though, that are pretty powerful. Yeah, so we have Pyroblast for blue for killing frogs and stuff. And then we do have, of course, Underworld Breach as our red combo. This might not be the right selection of lands. I try to do extremely fetch heavy. Let us choose which land we need at the time of casting. A bunch of basic islands so that we can use our unlocked Ponders. I assume Ponder is better than Preordain here, but I'm willing to be told I'm wrong on that one. But we do have a bunch of cantrips. So this is a kind of a deck that hasn't really seen a lot of play in Vintage in the past, or at least recently. Has seen a lot of play in the past. We'll see what we can do with it today in this Vintage challenge. See you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly Vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my Vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. So, as usual, my expert metagaming has paid off in round 1, where we're probably playing against the Dredge. We'll see how that goes here. I have a Breach and a Brain Freeze. Yeah. Let's do it. Oh boy. Worth noting, of course, that Lurrus brings back Underworld Breach, which is an extreme upgrade on the deck in comparison to Legacy. I don't think Dredge is bad in the current meta at all. I think that's just misinformation. There's nothing wrong with playing Dredge right now. Like, if you were to say Vine decks are bad in the current meta, I would agree. But Dredge is still a 50% win rate deck that on any given weekend can win the tournament based on the number of hate people play. Yeah, I don't think Dredge is bad at all. Oh, yeah, my opponent did reveal a Lurrus. You're right. So we're playing a Lurrus matchup. They have Wastelands. I mean, I'm keeping this hand regardless of anyone's deck choice, so. Let's go fetch a basic island and cast a Ponder. I don't know why I have snow-covered islands. Oh well. Misty, Preordain, Orum's Chant. Probably just want these magic cards. Can fetch away the chant if we don't want it. Maybe this is a slow game. We just mystical for Ancestral. Set up on a World Breach Ancestral things. So you have to be careful about Bowmaster. People are still playing a couple copies of that card. Is it enough to make me not want to cast Preordain here? Yeah, I think so. We can just go for like an in-step dress down as well. Rainstorm. Sure. I also like want to leave myself open to be able to like use some Moxen to cast Brain Freeze on myself. If I find a Mox in my if I find one of my 3 Lotuses, Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Black Lotus, then we have potential to win. I think there's like a Bowmaster. We have the Sense Up Dress Down plan. You can't trip into it. Yeah, I would think that we have pretty good tools. It's just how well am I going to be able to play them? This, like I said, in between the start and this round, I don't particularly think I'm very good at this kind of deck. There's a lot of decision points that do small things, and just don't have a lot of reps. So we'll see. It's a very legacy deck in that sense. Lots of cantripping, lots of places to go wrong. But we do have like extreme redundancy, good tools. I would say a pretty favorable matchup. The Lurrus deck that is at the top of the format right now is extremely generic. It doesn't really do any one thing very strong. So Vexing Bauble is definitely an annoying card against us because we have combo reliant on 0 drops, but we can probably just play through it and it wouldn't be a big deal. Strip Mine is really freaking annoying though. Strip Mine is very annoying. Very annoying. All right, well. I did not choose to play a Surveil land, no. Just considering maybe just Mysticaling for Ancestral. I'm just gonna fetch a basic first in case they have something that would make me use this. Maybe it's better if I just start getting different colors, considering there already is a Wasteland. I'm going to be playing a non-basic next turn. It's probably still correct to just do this. Yeah, I decided to play two basics instead of Mystic Sanctuary, which could be wrong. There's some like value in Brain Freeze targeting myself here, but I need to build out my mana base. Not really sure how I'm going to do that through a bobble. Just like play lands every turn. I don't know. Like I'm not currently pressured, but I also don't have like a lot of tools. Wait a second. Yeah, this is can't cast spells, right? Yeah, it's not Veil of Summer. Be kind of interesting if it was Veil of Summer, huh? All right, so I think I want to play around Bowmaster, so I'm just gonna cast now. I don't really feel like waiting helps. Help Pierce. Sure. Kind of unfortunate. Definitely don't want to force. Probably do want more lands though. One thing our deck does not have is like attacking creatures. Like you could theoretically play something like a Psychic Frog if your mana base worked like that. I kind of chose to avoid all that and just try to work on comboing, but obviously, the one of or two of bobble that's in the deck could be annoying. Though I know the Mog list has 4 bobbles, which I think is just the craziest thing ever, but looks like he is on the Mog list. Okay, so 4 bobble, 4 Bowmaster. So good to play around that kind of stuff then. Saga Gaming, and we don't have Strip Mines, but we do have a Dress Down. Assume we just get Wastelanded. Though I only did put 1 Dress Down in the deck. Maybe we could put more. Oh, Demonic Tutor? I don't understand. What's Demonic Tutor for? Time Vault, maybe? That's pretty good against Dress Down. No Wasteland? Interesting. LED. I mean, we have it if we could beat a bobble. I did put ways to beat a bobble in our deck between Consult and Seal. We also just have Ancestral off of Underworld Breach. Yeah, they could be playing around Saga. True. I don't feel like our turn gets much better than just going for an Ancestral. It's really unfortunate because I think we have, I mean, our opponent can't cast Force unless they crack their bobble. Maybe they'll crack their bobble to cast Force. I don't know. I think against an Underworld Breach deck, my opponent should just keep this bobble in play the whole time. It's actually like uniquely powerful against what I'm doing. Overall, I'm like not super worried about bobble. It's like not seeing play in most decks. But obviously still part of the format to keep an eye on. All right, so we get to resolve an Ancestral. Just a Snapcaster Mage here. Not bad. Obviously don't have a way of playing an Ancestral again, but we could always do it again next turn. The problem is if my opponent did DT for a Time Vault, we don't really have compelling ways to stop that here. Okay, so they didn't use the Wasteland so that they could cycle for another land. Like I do have like I said, I do have the seal, but kind of want to seal the bobble and go for a kill. A little tough. Oh, they just went for Demonic Ancestral. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't look like they went for key. They just probably went for Demonic Ancestral, and they're going to play a little longer game here. We have this Dress Down, can play around Spell Pierce, so I think we just do that first. My opponent might use this Saga to search for a second bobble. Should be kind of interesting. Oh, right. They don't play Volkey. I just can't imagine that you're ever supposed to do that, but whatever. I strongly disagree with the deck building choices inside of the top played Lurrus Saga list at the moment. All right, so dealt with these. We've got an Oracle now. We can look at doing combo through everything. Yeah, I mean it's just free wins. Like I don't know. I don't really get it. It's just free wins. It's not like that bad of a card to have in your deck. It's fine. Like I don't get it, but it's okay. I'm just gonna put back both Moxes. Maybe I'll keep LED just in case this bubble ends up going away. I don't need double brain freeze, right? So this is definitely a spot where I wish I had Mystic Sanctuary. Damn. I didn't really expect my opponent not to wasteland me in this game for what it's worth. Sure, like playing 1/2 mana artifact, do nothing in your deck that will win you like half. I think when I played Vault Key, I maybe won 70% of my Lurrus games with Vault Key. Like it's crazy good. I don't get it, but I do think of Magic in a different way than Mog does, and Mog's definitely much better at Magic than me. So I'm not gonna go on. This is a treasure cruise. Oh, it's a psychic frog. Sure. I have a pyroblast in my main. I still have like breach double ancestral here. Like I'm just grinding like crazy. Let's think about this. Just jam a breach. Just cast some spells. Like there is a vexing bauble stopping me from winning, but because I mystical tutored for ancestral, like does it matter? I don't think that's even remotely true. I don't agree with that. Okay, so we can win the game here. Well, so we can win the game here because we have a seal. I mean, it's probably worth it. We play a seal, and then we still have Gush. Let's just play a seal then. I don't want to use the LED because my opponent can have a force still. But I have multiple extra removals, draw spells with Gush and Probe, right? So my opponent just sacks this, draws a card. We probe them and see what's up. Ooh, sorry. We still have tons of things going on. I mean, this deck just is the craziest draw deck in Vintage I've ever seen. Like, this deck just churns through Magic cards. I mean, we're going to get to look at their hand, unless they have a mental misstep, so... Seal of Cleansing already doing exactly what I put it in the deck for, which is nice. All right, show me your secrets. So they have a force. They have one force. So does that even matter? Like, can't we just win through a one force? Like, I was more worried about negation, not me, than will. Like, negation beats me, right? I'm pretty sure we just win this game no matter what, right? So this makes blue, dumps my whole hand into the yard. Yeah. Sweet. I mean, this was exactly how I drew it up. Just, I think the Mystical Tutor for Ancestral might have been the best play in this game. Found exactly what we were looking for, did what we were doing, then we set up a breach, and my opponent just like can't counter breach. They also just had a vexing bauble in play, so that they have to. I don't know, man. Like, my opponent should easily win this game if they just put Time Vault Key in their deck. But instead, we're playing no Vault Key. We're playing 4 baubles. I can't agree with this deck building on how to play that deck. I just don't like it. Okay, so this is the deck we're playing against. We're playing against 4 Bowmaster, 2 Frog, 4 Bobble. In the sideboard, there's some consigns. There's a Grafdigger's Cage, a Needle, a Leather Lantern. There's a Lantern main, right, when we probe them. 2 Pierces. Spreading Seas doesn't do anything because we're not playing Saga. Okay. So the question is, like, my opponent's only on 2 Frogs, so I don't really want to bring in, like, a crazy amount of Pyroblasts. They also don't have Vault Key, so this is only really hitting Moxen and Sagas. I don't even know how much stuff we're bringing in here. Oh, I guess that is Baubles, yeah. Like, we do have to kill a Bauble, so maybe it's just worth it just to play the Wear Tears. Like, this hits Saga and Bauble at the same time. Yeah, it's probably worth it just to bring the Wear Tears in. And then, do we need an Oracle in this matchup? I don't think we need an Oracle in this matchup, so I'm kind of interested in just taking out the Oracle combo. Don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's something I'm interested in. I do like the Orum's Chant. Do I want some swords? I feel like some amount of swords might be nice. The Mystical Tutor was really good in that game, but I'm not really sure that I want Mystical Tutor per se. Do think Blast is still okay, but I don't think it's amazing. Yeah, let's do this. Let's diversify our removal a little bit. Let's give us more ways to deal with an active Saga or Bobble. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Yeah, I mean, you could. I kind of wanted to be like, I wanted to be very focused on doing the thing in this build, but there's lots of ways to build this, and that's why there's never been like a true like stock Breach deck, because Breach can be built in like a million different ways. Yeah, it's a hand of Magic the Gathering cards. I am forced to force a Bobble on turn 1 with this hand, but that's okay. That's Magic sometimes. I don't like Tameo. I'm not a huge fan of that card. It's probably fine, though. I don't think it's bad. All right. We did not get bobbled, so let's deploy the fleet here. And then we'll just pass. And upkeep, we're going to Ancestral. We need to play around 4 Bowmaster. That's the #1 thing we need to play around. But we're also playing around Negation. Is this going to be Lorien revealed? I don't think I'm supposed to Ancestral now. Oh, yeah, definitely after. Let me check the negation count in their deck. 1 negation main, and that's it in the whole 75? Okay, then I actually think I am going to try to resolve this right now then. Though it runs into Mindbreak Trap. No Mindbreak Traps in the 75. Yeah, I think I'll just try to resolve Ancestral now then. They left in Spreading Seas and hit me with the 1 negation. Force Pitch Ponder. That's fine. I gotta like keep in mind that like Forces and Lotuses are a lot worse when my opponent has 4 Baubles in their deck. Okay. I can't believe they kept in Spreading Seas, but I think they just think I'm gonna have to. They think I must be playing Saga, right? But I'm just not playing that card. I kind of love that. But I have Force, right? So I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know. It could be. So do we play around a? We could just play Lurrus this turn. It's probably the best play, right? What are they going to do about that? Not much. I think I'm just going to hold this force probe for force. I have red. I guess I get white then. Probably want to keep up basic island. I just think I don't think Saga's bad in this deck. Force pitching this. All right, well, let's force back. I guess I can get Spell Pierce now, but whatever. Like, I don't think Saga's bad in this deck, but I think if I want to build it the way I want to build it, I think Saga's just not that great. But like, I do really like Saga in Breach, specifically because it finds your combo pieces. So like, there's a lot of upside to playing Saga in this deck. I'm probably gonna dig through time. They didn't have Spell Pierce, right? So I want to see if they have a Bowmaster or not, because it's gonna influence my dig through time. All right, so let's do this. And I'm gonna exile not those two. Can I do that? No. Shit. I need one more mana. I guess I can lose Ancestral. I think 2 basics is like, I honestly think there's a lot of times where having 2 basics will be better than having Force Saga in your deck. I guess I just lose. I could lose Black Lotus instead of losing Ancestral, but then I have Lurrus. I guess I just lose Ancestral. I'm like a little upset about this play, but like I don't really want them to know that I have Dig now. So I think I'm just kind of priced into this, even though I could have waited and done Dig on a different time. So this is Breach Brain Freeze, and they have 1 card left. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if we get Twister, that's a pretty big negative for sure. They'd have to have Twister in hand and draw land for turn, but I mean, I regret it. I wish I had waited on Dig. I thought I could keep Ancestral. All right, no attack signals. No, they don't have a Bowmaster. 2 cards in hand. I mean, can they even stop me here? No. Oh, I guess they can have Force after they draw with Dress Down. So I think we're just winning, right? I wish I hadn't gotten rid of my Ancestral, but what am I going to do? All right. GG. This deck fucking slaps. Excuse my language. Oh my god. This deck just churns. I don't even think I played that match particularly well. I like some of my general ideas, but some of the minutia was definitely missed. All right, round 2. We're up against possibly Jewel Shops. Something I was pointing out right before this is Brain Freeze can actually be really strong at certain intervals in the Jewel Shops combo because they don't play Flusterstorm. So if the opponent hasn't done like a ring protection yet, and you can hit them for like a 10 storm, it'll just mill out their deck and they won't be able to win. But if they play a ring, then obviously things get annoying, which is kind of partially the reason we actually have an Oracle combo in our deck is because of the prevalence of the 1 ring in Jewel Shops and how high of a metagame share Jewel Shops is. Even though like Jewel Shops isn't doing very well into the current metagame, it is the most played deck last week, tied with Lurrus Saga. It was like 28 pilots on 28 pilots on Lurrus and 28 pilots on Jewel, where Jewel was like 48% win rate and Lurrus was 54% win rate. So my opponent has a Workshop 3-ball here, which is very, very good against my deck, which is very unfortunate. So we are going to have to, and hopefully find a Force of Will off of this Preordain, or we're in deep shit. It's very, very hard to beat Workshop 3-ball with a deck that's all cantrips. Did find the Force. Oracle we can bottom. Force we pitch Gush, and then we Preordain again. Looks good. Let's bottom Oracle, keep, Force, play out this Pearl. Your move. We successfully survived turn 1 here, but opponent has a lot more going on than just 3-ball. I can't imagine it would. Like Oracle is like I said, Oracle is superfluous to this deck. This deck does not require Oracle to be in it at all. But I thought that the Oracle gave us a couple of really neat ways to play around things. So like you can just win with just Brain Freeze Ancestral, or just Brain Freeze your opponent. Okay, so I don't have a black mana at the moment. Should I preordain with the red mana and try to find the black mana and look for a combo kill on the next turn? Seems like that would be the case. We found an Orum's Chant and a Misty. Does this win? So if I Orum's Chant on their upkeep and then I draw fetch. No, it doesn't win. I think the answer here, my opponent doesn't currently have a way to play Jewel, right? We don't know what they drew for turn, but they have Ancient Tomb, Manifold Key, Jewel, Metamorph. Stinks. I mean, I have to Vampiric to win this game, so I think the answer is simply just take the Misty and play the Vampiric on the end step. Hope it's enough. So if we were to vamp for a Brain Freeze, we get 6 Brain Freezes into our yard for our Underworld Breach. That's probably not enough, right? I mean, how many things do we have? We have 3 hits in 6. Anyone got a hyper-geometric calculator on that? We're milling 6 cards, and we have 3 hits that win the game. True. We can probe as well, so it's 9 hits. They drew Workshop for Jewel. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I guess they had a lot more things that hit because they have an Ancient Tomb, so any Moxen would be a hit here as well. I mean, there's like literally nothing I could have done about this. I could have kept the Orum's Chant, but it doesn't progress me in a way that I will win the game, so. Frustrating. What if you make it 9? What if you make it 9? Oh, wait, it's just a Jewel. It's just a ring past the turn? Okay, we have a chance. We have to hope they didn't draw Force, but we have a chance here. I think we're going to go for it. Because it's actually 9 because we have a probe. Wait, can we cast probe? Yeah, I can look at my own hand, right? 50% to win the game? Okay, let's do it. We have to. Like, we're going to lose the game on the next turn. We also have to hope my opponent did not find a blue card Force, which is unlucky, but great freeze. Can we cast 2 probes? Depends on if we draw like a fetch land or something, maybe. This is the exact reason we have an Oracle in our deck, right? If we didn't have an Oracle in our deck, we can't win on this turn. No, we vamped for freeze. We have to hit Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, or Black Lotus in the top 9. Oh, top 12. I do have 6. I forgot about Vampiric Tutor. And then we have 2 probe draws. I mean, this is probably like 70% to win if my opponent doesn't have a Force, right? Because it's actually 12 cards. It's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12 cards plus 2 probe draws. That's a lot for 3 hits. But they have to not have Force blue card in their 6 remaining cards that we don't know about. No, I'm probing before freeze. Oh, you mean do more probing after freeze? Yeah, that's true as well. It all just depends on if our breach resolves. I think we're in a good spot. And again, the only reason we can win from this spot is because I chose to put an Oracle in my deck today. Nope, they had Force Blue card. We could still theoretically win this game with a Brain Freeze while they're comboing off, so let's keep playing it out. Like, if they don't play a new ring before they play too much Storm. They're just going to go Lattice. Yeah, it's not something people know because Brain Freeze is not really in the metagame. I don't think we're going to get the Storm count high enough. I can still cast this after I float in my mana, right? So I'll see if they'll play more spells, combo off more. We probably won't, but... All right. Should I even do it? How much is it for? It's for 18. They found the Karn too soon. I needed them to like go for a PO. I don't really want to show them that this could happen to them, so it's unfortunate. They don't need a Vault Key. They have Lattice attack me 4 times and kill me. They don't need that. Let's bring in this and this and this. And then... I guess Serenity is probably fine in this matchup too. Do we like Pyroblast? I don't really like Pyroblast. No, I don't think that's worth anything. I mean, I know what's in my opponent's decks. Mental Misstep, Pyroblast, Flusterstorm, Island. One more. No, I mean, I'm not unhappy with how that game went. Dress Down is incredibly good against Phyrexian Metamorph. One of the problems there is like we vamped and went for a breach, so my opponent probably knew there was a Brain Freeze. But yeah, we really just needed my opponent to have Karn lower in their graveyard, go for like a PO, replay everything before playing a ring, and then just hit him with the Brain Freeze. That was the way we could have won that game. Which could happen, but it's only really going to happen against an unaware Jewel Pilot or an inexperienced Jewel Pilot. But like I said before, there's like not that many Brain Freezes in the format anymore, so some new Jewel Pilots might just have no experience playing against Brain Freeze decks. Well, Metamorph doesn't target, but Metamorph, if it's dressed down, Metamorph can't enter as anything, and it comes in as a 0/0 and dies. This was confirmed by WotC Rules Manager, so... Yeah, I mean, Jewel is a very vintagey deck, right? It's a super combo deck. Gataxian Probe is so broken, though. Just thinking about how, like, we went from, like, what, 30% chance of winning, but because we had a probe in our graveyard, it was, like, maybe double. It's pretty cool. All right. We were vanquished there. Our opponent in their 2 draws drew the mana they needed. Classic mana situation. Definitely a keep, though. We've got to force some fast mana to build out. Mana in our deck is actually really important. We have to make sure we hit land drops every turn so that we have enough mana to do the things. Let's ponder. Let's see what we find. Fetch land would be nice. Yeah, let's go. Let's do that. Oof, man. So, what's the card we're least likely to want from here? I guess it's just Merchant Scroll. Because I'm going to fetch next turn, so we're going to lose one of these cards. And I think the Wear Tear... I mean, the Wear Tear, like, kind of isn't necessary with the Serenity, but it's so good. Damn, I don't know. But, like, I can draw the Wear Tear right now. I guess I can't hold open Wear, because the Tear is the white mana. We do have a Force, so maybe we just don't need this Wear Tear. Why is my house so cold? Ooh. Workshop. Serenity doesn't kill the One Ring, for what it's worth. It's much better against, like, Saga stuff. Like, if they jam a Ring here and resolve it, it's, like, pretty bad. But I guess Wear Tear doesn't do anything against the Ring either, so... I feel like we force their play and play a Serenity and hope they don't have a follow-up play, is what it's looking like. This is technically Force of Will mana. They have a Ring. Oh, they have a Karn. Yeah, we can't let that one resolve either. Second game in a row, Karn. Untap Monolith. I mean, if they have a second payoff, doesn't really work very well for us, though. I don't know. I kind of think Ancestral is better than going Serenity here. I guess we could Ponder and try to find a Force and then play a Serenity as well. I guess we could just... Yeah, that might give us some actual gameplay here. Does leave us with, like, if we have to force something, we have nothing left in hand. I mean, not if they, like, jewel and kill us. And not if they play a Ring. This doesn't go right away. We have to wait a full turn. I'm gonna go Merchant for an Ancestral. I feel like this is the game plan that most progresses my likely chance to win. I really don't like just, like, merchanting for a Force. I think that's too losing. I do think there's, like, something to be said about maybe pondering and trying to hit a Force and playing Serenity. That line doesn't sound terrible to me, but... We also don't have negations in our deck. But now we have, like, Breach Ancestral. Yeah. Like, I don't have negations in my build, so... If it's a follow-up Ring, they draw 3. Yeah, see, this is, like, definitely what I was worried about with Serenity here. Serenity is more about killing Saga than anything. I just have to hope that drawing 3 isn't enough to kill me here. It's 5 mana at the moment, but PO. They hit PO. Because they have exactly Sapphire. Yeah, we lose. I don't know. It's like pretty unfortunate, but sometimes they just get lucky. 3 sink into stupor, 1 snow-covered island, 1 sapphire, no opal. So there's 6 blue sources in the deck. Sure. That's somehow less than there was before. I don't know. This is why I play null rod decks. Instead of having a Serenity in my hand, I could have just slammed a null rod and won the game on the spot. But this deck obviously can't play null rod, so. I mean, maybe it could. Maybe it could just play null rod and it'd be fine. I'm like a little worried about this deck like playing a null rod and losing to Saga tokens, though. I mean, Serenity's not really for this matchup specifically, to be fair. It just like has some utility here. I don't know. There's like certainly an argument to be made about either pondering and then fetching or merchant scrolling for a force, but like it's just too losing. Like even if I force their payoff ring, like they could easily have more payoffs and I have nothing going for me after that. Not sure. All right, whatever. Kind of unfortunate, but I don't know. I don't really regret my choice. I wanted to give myself the highest chance of winning, not the highest chance of not losing. Oh, well. All right, here we go. Round 3 in the Vintage Challenge. We're up against a player who plays a lot of Oath. 2 Oko, Atraxa, Nature's Claim, Into the Floodmoth, Thoughtseize. There's a Veil of Summer. That's an interesting one. Should be interesting. Let's see how it goes. I have a cat. I have an Orm's Chant, double Moxen. Yeah, we can do that. It's a weird hand, but I feel like it's just a pretty easy demonic for ancestral, and then I don't think we'll go for a turn 1 chant, but we could always go for a turn 1 chant, time walking, but I don't know about that. You can just save it for a combo turn if they do play like a broken start. At least we do have force. Obviously, we don't want to use force. There's no way it's any other card other than ancestral, right? We don't have enough pieces of the combo yet. Probably just ancestral. If they play a Black Lotus, maybe we would Orm's Chant here. No, I don't feel like Emerald's enough. Hopefully it's just an Oath. Ugh, man, I really don't want them to play Tinker or Show and Tell. I think I might respond to this because there's no way they're passing, right? They're gonna play Tinker or Show and Tell. And I want an extra turn. Maybe I'll draw a blue card, cast Ancestral. Yeah. I'm gonna time walk here with Orm's Chant. I don't want to do this, but I also just don't want to die immediately. I drew Breach. That's a good one. So let's go Ancestral target me. Obviously negation is rough here, but they only have one negation in their deck. And then if this gets countered, mental misstep. So I could go Breach Ancestral, losing Demonic. Is that worth it? I feel like it is. Obviously, Demonic is crazy good with Breach, but we do need a blue card for Force. And they have Force as well. Force pitching Show and Tell. Hopefully, Show and Tell was their payoff. Let's see what happened. Oh, it was beautiful. Show and Tell was their payoff. All right, so now we just need to build into a Lurrus. And then we do have Vamp here for Black Lotus. And we can go Lurrus. Black Lotus. Is Black Lotus correct here? Could it just be Brain Freeze? No, because we can't play Lurrus and Breach in the same turn without Black Lotus. But if we play Black Lotus, like, we don't have enough action, right? We put the Vamp in the yard, and that's and then we crack our Lotus. I feel like it's not enough. But what else can we Vamp for here? We could Vamp for Gush. I mean, we should Vamp for something. I just don't really know what we're supposed to Vamp for. What if it's LED? If it's LED, that puts the Force in the yards, then Vamp, Force, and we still won't have enough, right? So I guess it can't be that. So it must just be Gush. What if it's Seal of Cleansing? All right, let's do Gush. Black. Red. Black, blue. Gush. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Veil. Cycling. Got it. Also, protection from Brain Freeze. There are 4 Ponders in this deck. All right, well, next turn we can play Breach, right? I mean, I can play Breach right now, but I'm just not going to. So I won't have cards. Oh, wait. Well. What's I gotta do? Uh-huh. Both time? Nature's Claim time? Nature's Claim would be pretty good on my Underworld Breach when I can't do it. Show and Tell time? Tinker time? I mean, what's a guy to do, man? All right, Traxa. Yeah, it's a good one. They got a negation. Brilliant. They have a negation for my Breach. I need a blue card. If I get a blue card for my Force, I can still do things. Show and Tell into the Floodmaw. Oko. So it's like Oko, Orchard, Mana Crypt, Show and Tell. Negation. Show and Tell. Both. Yeah, they can't take negation and Maw, though. Oh, they're just going to play an Oko on my Lurrus? Yeah, I guess that works, too. Never mind. So wait, my opponent got to turn off my Lurrus and they got force. Man, this game stinks. I gushed and hit 2 lands. Sag. All right, so now I'm just doomed. And they have a DT? For another force, I assume? Time walk? Yeah, I guess we just die. I think this is just an unfortunate game. We just did not draw any cards off of our gush. I mean, we drew cards, they just were bad. I don't know what I was. I mean, I feel like I made the right choices. Bro, calm down. My deck had no Atraxas in it, but it had a dig through time in it. Hey, the Ponder. Showing up just in time. Demonic Consultation, Black Lotus. So like, there's like nothing I can consultate for that's not gonna lose me the game. I'm just gonna. All right, get me out, 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 get me out. Okay. Yeah, but we're not like my opponent has no action. They have to draw action. We should just use our like look how many cantrips are in our deck. We should definitely get a cantrip there and just try to win. I love Pyroblast here. I like Wear Tear here. All right, what don't we want here? I mean, my chant was a little suspect in this game. All right, definitely want Island gone. I like Mystical gone. I like... Shouldn't need a dress down here. Obviously, it does something, but probably not enough. Is Chain good enough? Probably. I mean, I don't need Oracle Console. I guess I could if they have Veil. Maybe it's fine. Maybe we'll just keep it then. Is there a world where I can just take out both the islands? Or is that too crazy? Maybe I just don't need this chain. Is chain better than Wear Tear, though? Because it can bounce an Atraxa, an Oko. Pitches to force. What else is in the sideboard, by the way? Sarah's Emissary. Okay, Sarah's Emissary makes me want to actually play this Oracle combo. I don't think they'll bring in Sarah's Emissary, but Vigor is in the side. 2 Abrupt Decays. Sheesh. Abrupt Decay is an annoying one, but I guess we can just like replay everything over and over again. How many negations are in this deck? There were 2 negations main. Oh, that's pretty high. Okay. I'm gonna try taking out both islands. Maybe that's crazy. I have a cat. Keep. Love this hand. I am the cantrip machine. What you got for us? Black Lotus, Show and Tell, Force of Will, Ruby, Atraxa. I mean, the whole point of the deck is to do Underworld Breach things. Like, there's nothing else in the deck. And just like flashback and cantrips is totally fine. So what if I just go fetch, Lotus, Time Walk, and try to like get an engine going here? My opponent draws a blue card, and then they have turn 1 Show and Tell with force backup, so I kind of need more than what I have going on right now. I trust my opponent to draw the blue card. Let's do Underground Sea, Black Lotus. Time Walk. Brain Freeze. I want to find a Pyroblast. Chain of Vapor, Demonic Dig. None of these do it. Like, I already have a blue card that pitches to Force. Can't cast. I don't want to cast Cruise. I feel like this is bad. I don't think I want to keep these cards. Like, I could Demonic next. Yeah, I'm just going to put these cards back. Kind of unfortunate. Hey, 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 look at who it is. Big. Misty. Ruby. Lotus. Did you draw a blue card? I feel like you... Oh, they did not draw a blue card because they are not jamming here. Oh, wait. Draw. Preordain. Fetch land and Fluster. Interesting. I kind of want to just... Preordain is my 6th card. Fetch is my 7th card. Just cast a Treasure Cruise. I like that. I lose my Lotus Petal, but that's fine. We have 3 different Lotuses in our deck. What are they going to do? Hard cast Force on this? That'd be fine. Is there any world where I don't cast this Ponder here? No. Another Force, an LED, and a Ponder. Like, I'm okay with pitching a Brain Freeze, right? So I can just... Well, I can't shuffle again. I'm keeping these cards. I'm just like, what am I doing with them? Is there any reason... Feel like we just draw a Ponder then? Don't know. Is there any reason not to play a Pearl? Like a Brainstorm, maybe? Just play it out. Right, my opponent is still looking for Force plus blue card, Show and Tell. 2 unknowns in hand. All right, here it comes. Definitely using our Pyroblast in case they have like a Veil. So they have Force Atraxa. Oh, they did not force back. Strip Mine. Okay, so they still have Force Atraxa 1 unknown here. Is this Tinker with Force backup? That'd be crazy. That'd be so crazy, right? There's no way. Black. Yogwill. Okay. All right, so we just let Yogwill resolve and exile Lotus Show and Tell. That's fine. In case they have like a Delve spell or something in their deck. I don't think they do. Oh, they do have a Dig Through Time. Okay. Yeah. I think Yogwill's great in Oath. But they can't force and protect everything. So, and they don't get a land here. So we just let them go. Lotus, Show and Tell. I want them to use this because I want them to exile these cards from their graveyard because of Dig Through Time. And then I force this. And they can't force back because they would lose their Atraxa. So now we know we're drawing Force, and we know there's an LED on top. We have opponent with Atraxa Force in hand. I would like to buy a Lurrus this turn. Is there a good reason to not Ponder, though? I guess I can't Force if they were to draw like a Tinker or a Show. So is it just buy Lurrus, pass? Like, do I want to draw a Lion's Eye Diamond? It's not particularly good right now. I could always end up shuffling it away, but then if I don't find a new blue card, this Force is dead. Yeah, Yeah, if they draw Tinker, but if they draw Show and Tell, then I can still force Show and Tell. It would be Show and Tell number 2. Like, I'm not actually progressing much by playing Lurrus, though. I kind of want to just ponder. Yeah. It's a payoff. I guess I can get this forced, but is that a big deal? I don't really feel like it is. All right, got rid of their whole hand. And I know I'm not drawing great cards, but I actually have a way to beat an Oath. Not that they can actually play an Oath. I don't have anything to bring back with this Lurrus, but... yeah, let's do white, black. And the next one is an LED, which is also not great. But we are attacking. Don't think hitting Ruby does anything. I'm going to hold the LED in case we draw Brainstorm. Don't think playing it does anything for us. Now my opponent has 3 unknowns, though, and ours don't really line up very well. There's the Forest. Is it an Oath? They shouldn't be on Bobble, no. No Oath. I mean, our best draw is any of our 4 Underworld Breaches. Merchant Scroll. So this could just be Merchant Scroll for Gush. Let's attack first. Force is not super common, but it's not unreasonable. They play their own build. Kind of. I mean, I haven't used my land drop, right? So let's just Merchant for Gush. I haven't hit my land drop, so I think Gush is just the best play. There's my Breach. Is that just winning right now? Should be, right? Like, even if I force back, I still have Lion's Eye Diamonds and Ancestral Recalls. But Boseiju is fine. Like, I can just rebuy later. Okay. I mean, like, this is super redundant. Yeah, but Boseiju, I would still get an Ancestral off of it. Can we beat Boseiju on this turn? Yeah, we can technically beat Boseiju because we can play an LED and make red and then replay Breach with Lurrus. So we actually do beat Boseiju on this turn as well. Because it's LED. Yeah, sweet. This deck is so cool. Ugh, this deck is so cool. Love it. Yeah. Let's run it back. Been pretty impressed with this deck. Obviously, we took that L, and then we took a round game 1 here, but triple breach is definitely when you are sad that you have 4 breaches in your deck, but then that last game is why we want to have 4 breaches in our deck. No shot we can keep this hand. Yeah, this one looks fine, though. All right, fetch go. Yeah. So we can buy a Lurrus here. I can't cast a Lurrus, obviously, but doesn't seem like there's a good reason not to buy a Lurrus, at least. Got Orchard. So we have an answer. We're probably just supposed to let it resolve and try to tear it, I would assume. I mean, this deck can run a PO if it wanted to. I don't think it's good, though. Definitely an end step, though. Sweet. Underworld Breach. Pretty close here. Show and tell. Or another one. I mean, I want to get this card in my yard anyways, so that I could breach back a tear if I needed to. So Oracle, no, it's so bad here. I wish I could have pitched it to Force. I don't know. Should I just cast it? Like, what am I don't know. Gush, Ponder. Yeah, I mean, Ponder sounds like a card I want. I don't think I'm winning this game. Draws have been a little weird. Another Oath? We can beat that. No, we can't. We don't have a white mana. Oh, no. I don't have a white mana. Okay, I can ponder for a white mana and then go breach. I need to hit. Yeah, I can find a white mana. I mean, I think they have force at some point here, right? Oh boy. What does this do? So a probe draws a preordain, 2 cards in the yard. I can get a Lotus Petal first. So I have 5 cards in my yard. I exile the 2 new ones and force to get a petal, and I crack my petal for white, and it's not enough. So that seems bad. If I just probe and draw my preordain and bottom, I mean, that preordain and bottom doesn't seem good. What if I do that? What if I probe and draw my preordain and draw, I need to find a fetch, like I'd have to bottom cruise and hit a fetch land, but if I did that, I would be able to go breach, petal, tear. Or is it better to just random? I feel like it's worse to just random, right? Because this gives me a bunch of cards too, and I can spot on this cruise. All right, so cruise, preordain, pro. I also have to look at their hand, which is non-zero. They have show and tell. Show and tell attracts a Yagwell. All right. I found Underground Sea. So is Underground Sea enough? With this preordain in my yard, I exile 3 spells to play Petal. And I'll have my 1 short if I because it doesn't need to be a fetch land. 1, 2, 3 for Petal. And then there's this in my yard and my Petal. So I'm still 1 short. So it needed to be a fetch land. Can I cast Cruise? No. Okay, so I have to bottom and hope for a fetch. Yeah, I know my pedal goes back, but it's not enough. Because I have 3 that go away, and then I have preordain and pedal. That's 2. So it's not enough. I need a fetch land. I hit a tundra! I hit a tundra! Okay. Probe into something. So bad though. But I guess they're gonna show and tell me in a Lurrus anyways. I could probe into. I don't even know if there is something to probe into. Whatever, we'll do it. I'm not wrong, right? These 3 would be a pedal, and then I would rebuy the pedal, and there's 2 in my yard, yeah. Brain freeze. Well, if they show and tell our Lurrus, I don't know. If a bunch of things go right, I don't think it's possible. That was not very good. That's just a Mox. Sorry, a Lotus. Oh, they have a Yogwill, though. So the Lotus might be a real big problem. So it's just Lotus and C and show and tell and flash. I mean, flash is insane here. Yeah, I mean, they just show and tell. They just flash. They don't even have to show and tell now. I kind of needed them to show and tell. And then that one hit Ancestral Fluster Force Beseju. All right. Well, that's not great. I took Ancestral. And they're passing with Beseju and Ancestral. Beseju is really hard for us to beat. I just didn't draw any fetches. I drew all my lands instead. Also, I also can't cast my Lurrus. All right, it's a pass. Maybe they mill over their deck. It was 2 cards down? Huh? Now they have Veil. If they take Veil here, that might be too much. I feel like we ran a little cold, but what do I know? My opponent did have like 2 show and tells, 3 oaths, which is quite a good hand. Oh, they took the Veil. Okay, I think we have no outs anymore. All right. Well, I wasn't playing around that. Okay. I don't know, man. I think we're not as strong as our opponent there. I don't really even dislike the way we played those games. I'll have to go back and look, but seemed fine. All right, here we go. Fourth round. Don't call it a comeback. I've got a cat. Ancestral. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got some power. Got some cards banned in other formats. I feel like we can just go Volcanic, Upkeep, Ancestral, target me. What say you, opponent? Okay, Seal of Cleansing, Mock Sapphire, another dual land. Okay, so some kind of shops deck. Vexing Bauble. Yeah, Vexing Bauble is fine here. I'm not particularly worried. Thorn. Okay, that certainly makes my play... Wait a second, this just turns off Vexing Bauble. Okay, sure. I can't say that I understand, but just part of the game, I guess. I can now force through the Vexing Bauble as well. Yeah, Mystic Forge. It would be a shame if I could counter that. Okay. I've drawn a lot of lands in this game. All right. So unfortunately, this Thorn is still going to be restricting me a little bit here. I'm not 100% sure I need to kill, like, I kind of need to kill the Bauble or one of these. Okay, it's a Phyrexian Revoker. So I guess I am priced into just killing the Thorn. So that I can go Breach Ancestral. I've used Auto Life with Ancient Tombs. Sapphire is named. Bauble is used. Another Bauble, maybe? Oh, a Sphere, sure. And and a Tabernacle? Oh, interesting. All right, so from here, I've drawn another fetch. Do I actually have any fetchables left? I should probably fetch so that I don't run out of fetchables. I guess I have a million. Definitely don't want to play Breach here, so let's buy a cat. Gotta use your Ruby for that. Yeah, I don't know. Weird game. Caracas? That's annoying. Oh, no. Wait, you can't play a Golos, though, so it's a 3-drop? Oh, Crucible. If they draw Wasteland, it's really bad for me. Lurrus Saga, it's really bad for me. This Krakus is quite good against my Lurrus, though. I must admit. I don't really have any great ways to answer that. Besides getting to 6 mana and just... I guess this costs 7 mana to replay a Seal. I'm not at 7 mana, huh? So maybe my first play is just Breach Ancestral then? They're at 6 life. She had a lightning bolt. Alright. Ancestral target me. Leave this seal for a future cat. Yeah, the breach going to the yard is totally fine. I think so. Oh, they tapped the Caracas? Why? But why? I don't understand. This is all of my fetchables. This is all of them. I have none left. I've drawn Mental Misstep, Flusterstorm. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I still can't cast Seal of Cleansing out of my yard yet. I need 7 mana. So I guess we start with a Preordain. I found Mox, Pearl, Ponder. I don't think we need a Ponder, but I definitely want a Mox Pearl. Help me build out my mana. And then definitely want to just play the Lurrus and make them use the Caracas on it. We're almost to Seal of Cleansing. No blocks. Are they going to make me pay for the Lurrus? I'll just let it... I guess I can't let it die. So maybe this is worse. Oh, wait. We're what? Oh, we're playing a Golos. They're at 2 life. If I can remove Golos, I win. Wait, that means I'm just winning. That was a bold play from my opponent, I must admit. I just play the seal and kill the Golos and attack with the Lurrus and win. I will. I will pay for my Lurrus. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. This was definitely one of the Magic games of all time. I must say, I did not see this game coming. I'm so sorry, opponent. I'm so sorry. That was self-inflicted. Would I have won this game though? I'm not really sure I would win this game. Let's see. I would play a seal, maybe killing the sphere, and then looking for a breach combo. I mean, it's possible I can just breach combo and win this game. I mean, it won't be that big a deal, but all right. I have some wear tears, which seem good here. I have a Hercules, a Consign, a Chain, a Serenity, some number of swords possibly, and then Pyro is out and Fluster is out, and I don't think we keep in Mental Misstep for Vexing Bauble. Can we top 8? No, we're not top 8ing. And then I feel like Orm's Chant is probably not great, and I don't really want Oracle Consult either. And then, do I want any swords in my deck? Maybe instead of a dig or a cruise or something, we play a swords. I mean, my deck is not good against this. Let's try just keeping a swords in so that we have that kind of answer. Maybe you don't even need it. Lotus. I mean, this is a turn 1 kill if they have no sphere, no bauble, which seems unlikely, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't keep this hand, but like, what hand could they possibly keep that doesn't have a sphere or a bauble in it? None. Spear or bauble or null rod. I'm probably supposed to mulligan this hand, but I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna live dangerously. Okay. Sphere is definitely the least offensive of the things that could happen to me here. But I do need to draw lands. But we did see how many lands I have. I have many lands. Sapphire. Drawn for this turn. 3 mana still. Uh-oh. No! Man, I hate Revoker. I wish I hadn't told people to keep playing to actually put this card back in their deck for Frog. I guess we should vamp for a land or brainstorm, which is better. Just vamp for a land, I guess. Fetch land. Mox Jet? I don't know about Mox Jet. I think I would have named Black Lotus. But what do I know? Looks bad. Classic shop start. Got a follow up. Crucible of Worlds. I'm in pain. Not ready to concede. I got 2 basics in my deck. But it's a bad spot. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Ghost Quarter, Saga, Null Rod. I'm out. No shot. Okay. Yeah, fair punish for the keep, sure. Yeah, I mean, we could have definitely mulliganed that hand. Not definitely. We should have mulliganed that hand, but it's okay. I mean, I still went and like got more lands and stuff. Just I was like never gonna beat that hand regardless. That hand's really good. Yeah, that's probably gonna keep. Build out our mana really early. Doesn't really do anything, but we have all our null rod answers in the deck, so I'm not gonna buy Lurrus here because I'd like to hold open all of these magic cards. Sapphire, yeah. Tomb, yeah. Bobble, Sphere. I guess it does stop my gush. Was that worth considering? Eh. Sure hope this hits, he said. I think I have to. Definitely hit. Now I can put the gush. If I put the gush and the wear tear away and I demonic. Is there a world where I'm like demonicking for a fetch land here? If I put the dress down and the gush away, and then I just demonic for a fetch, and I have a bunch of stuff that was good. And I still have breached demonic in our yard, so if I ever put together a good looking turn, I guess that is annoying. What do you mean by don't we want to answer the 3 mana land? What does that mean? Okay. No, we don't have any strip mines or anything. And that's not really what you want to attack from the opponent's deck either. All right, Ghost Quarter. Do you have another basic to get? I don't really feel like I'm supposed to cast anything. What do they have? Like a bunch of mind break traps and stuff? Don't really. So if I Hercules and then I untap and I breach, I can brainstorm, but I don't necessarily have DT. I feel like I should still wait more. Like, I don't have anything deterministic from here, right? I end of turn Hercules, and then I guess I don't have to breach either. But I have breach, and then I have brainstorm, or I have breach, and if I hit a land, maybe I can play demonic. I just feel like it's such a waste of my thing. But if they like Ghost Quarter me again, it's pretty bad for me. Yeah, let's just, I guess we'll just Hercules them now. Crack Bauble, draw a card, or, yeah. That actually works out really well for me. I don't really care about them drawing a card at end of turn. So I just kind of used well, I got rid of their thing. Fetch land is really good. Lotus is really good. Lotus wins. Another Underworld Breach. All right. I guess we're casting Brainstorm. Doesn't feel right, but... Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. They've Vexing Bobble, so they should have something to do, right? 3 mana. Crucible! No, man. This is also what I was kind of worried about by fetching. They have Ghost Quarter loop too, so I need to draw fetch land right now to destroy this Crucible. No, I'm dead. Ah! So frustrating. What was I supposed to do? Wait, what? No, that's worse. Opponent, that's worse. It's worse. Just wasteland me. I have outs now. Fetch. Ah. Winnable game. I can't cast where this turn. I can cast it next turn though. I'm gonna hold this so it doesn't get wasted by the Ghost Quarter or by the Wasteland. There was a reason I didn't really like playing Lodestone there instead of wasting me with the Ghost Quarter. I might still not get there this game, realistically. Like, they bring back Ghost Quarter this turn. So I still will lose this, and then I'm going to have to draw another land to beat the to beat the Lodestone Golem. Alright, I mean, if you're going to just draw Sphere of Resistance, then I will lose to that, sure. Oh, that's frustrating. Drew too many spheres in this game. I don't know. Losing that matchup is sad, but that's kind of why I had cards like Serenity in my sideboard. Maybe the plays I made were too aggressive. Maybe. We can look. All right, here we are, round 5. See if we can get some more learning opportunities. See if we can't refine the deck a little more. Don't really like this hand, but am I really putting it back? I guess there's like a world you could put this back. I feel like I could put this back and I immediately am sentenced to a hand with no mana, though. This hand just doesn't do very much. This fluster's like pretty bad. And don't have counter magic. I'm just gonna mulligan this and try to see if I can find something a little bit more like this. Not exactly like this, but this is definitely more, has more going on. Mox. That's pretty good. Well, yeah, that's not good. This matchup seems like it'll be challenging. Oh! No, I have to fetch. Wait, I have another preordain though. Can we do it? We draw both of these cards. I feel like we have to, right? Like, how am I gonna do it? Oh, yeah. So what we do is we preordain on our turn, put a card on the bottom, demonic consultation on their turn for the one card that we put on the bottom, if it's a unique card, and then play Oracle and win. It's a way forward. It's not a very good way forward, but gonna take multiple turns because we have to get a fetch going and get a non-basic in. Actually, we actually do have. We need non-basic to play this demonic consultation. Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is getting better for us, so I feel like that's at least a way out. Turn 1 Archon. We didn't have a force. Not much we could have really done. Our main deck interaction with this is just there is no main deck interaction for this. It's just a dress down. I guess like we could still theoretically do a dress down thing, but all right, they have no follow-up. That's a good. So we don't want to use this preordain because it's part of our combo, which is unfortunate. Like if we don't get wastelanded, I mean, we still have to get fetch a... No! I don't really know if we're going to have the speed necessary here. If we draw land this turn... And we fetch a underground sea. I feel like it's possible. Would love to just draw a jet. Demonic tutor. It's pretty unfortunate. So let's see. If I go fetch on this turn, and then on my next turn, I do the preordain console. I take 5, 7 this turn. I go to 9. I go to 8. I die. I'm 1 turn too short. So in that case, let's fetch an underground sea and cast. I don't think this actually helps me. Cast a preordain. We know that Orum's Chant is our last card. I didn't draw land. I needed to draw I don't think there's actually anything I can draw. Maybe I should have just been looking for a dress down breach kill line. It's possible. I thought that this might have been possible if we had hit lands, but maybe it wasn't ever possible. Oh, I could have countered that, obviously. Don't think it matters though. 7. So yeah, can't do it. Damn. Oh well. I kind of thought we had enough, but I guess we were just short the whole. I mean, they did play the White Plume after they did top deck the White Plume, right? So that was probably a part of it. But also, we could have assumed it's hard to assume that they would have no creatures the rest of the game. Swords, Pyroblast, Misstep. I still kind of like having Oracle in the deck though. Cruise. Maybe like LED. No, Flusterstorm, obviously. I don't want to bring in more. I guess a chain is pretty nice. Let's bring a chain in. I don't feel like Worm's Chance necessary here. Do want to keep in the seal though. A lot of things we can bring in that have like marginal utility. Swords, Force, Dress Down. Yeah, this hand looks really good. Looks like they're going to reveal a Chancellor. Oh no, they haven't kept their hand yet. Thought I said they kept their hand, but it just said they joined the game. All right, no Chancellor reveal. Oh no, there's a Chancellor reveal. God, I hate that. Let's fetch a basic and play a Ruby. I guess I could fetch a Tundra and play a Ruby. Yeah, let's fetch a Tundra and play a Ruby. If my opponent just wastelands me, I think that's okay. Maybe that's not okay. I don't know. I immediately am wastelanded. Mox. Bobble. I assume. What else could it be? Oh, otherworldly light on my Moxen. Yeah, sure. It was certainly not a sequence I was prepared for. LED. I thought I cut the LED. I didn't cut the LED. I definitely want these magic cards. I'm a little scared though. I know my next two draws are not going to be lands. Have to be very careful here. Yeah, I have to force this one. I don't know. If I get wastelanded here, aren't I just dead? Maybe this play was terrible. Definitely waiting till end step and then using our swords. I guess I know my next card, so it's not that good. Okay. What is this? This is another March. I guess it's like way better for me if they march the Lion's Eye than march my Breach. So sure, one card in my opponent's hand. Can't crack, obviously. Weird. Yeah. One card in my opponent's hand. Fetchland Ponder is like pretty nice here. Seal. I guess I'll hit this Chromox. Turns off Seasoned Engineer at least. Weird game. Another one? Another Archon. A third Archon. No, a fourth Archon. No, a third Archon? A fourth Archon. 1, 2, 3, 4 Archons. Damn, dude. All right. Seems good. Wow. Uh-huh. Almost out of forces here. Sorry, swords cavern. Human, I assume. Could be cleric. Looks like they don't have a seasoned engineer at least. Okay. Archon is their best card versus me, so it is quite annoying for my opponent to have drawn 4 of them. I can Ancestral on my turn, Swords on their turn. Nope. All right. I mean, Underworld Breach is just straight up dead draw against Archon unless I draw my 1 dress down, which didn't I exile it? I exiled the Force, so I have to draw one of my 2 remaining swords to beat this Archon. And they drew a Seasoned Engineer. I don't know. This just feels very unlucky. I had like good answers, but they just had 4 Archons. Like White Plume Adventure, we could have dealt with. Underworld Breach, Swords of Power. Like I 4 Archons. Like I have so many swords. I mean, Cavern and Bauble didn't matter. It's just if they have enough Archons, they have enough Archons. Like nothing I can do. All right, I need swords. Found swords. I have to wait till the next turn, but am I dead? 5, 7. Do I win? I might just win then. I think this is just winning, right? Breach, Lotus, Brain Freeze. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to win this game, I think. Complain enough. Maybe you win. We'll see. Forge, 5, 8. They don't have any more Archons. So there's no reason for me not to see how much damage this is. This is 8 damage. 7 damage. I go to 6. I go to 5, and I die to trap. I mean, I'm gonna probably die to trap no matter what. I think it's fine. We'll just swords this Archon. 3 swords. Big game. They can have another March of the Otherworldly Light. That would be problematic. 2 cards in hand. Land drop is a good draw. So I think that's fine. We just untap. All right. Let's see. Volcanic. Underground. Petal. At the very least, I can swords if I get marched or something. Breach. Merchant. Or freeze. I guess I can start by just cracking this for blue and then replaying it and see what they do. This is too much. I mean, once I do this, that's just game, so. I guess they could have a Mind Break trap. So let's play one more thing so I can Ancestral into a Ancestral if I need to. All right. I can't believe we won this game after we beat 4 Archons. That's nuts. We actually beat 4 Archons. I mean, this is a prime reason why I think all decks should be looking to try to play 4 Swords to Plowshares. Swords is just crazy. But I guess Dress Down would have done some work there too. I can play more dress downs. Certainly, there's the ability for me to play more dress downs in this deck. I had 2 in my initial list, but I wanted to fit some interesting cards. But cutting Orum's Chant for a second dress downs feels like a pretty easy change. That was pretty wild. Like, that's just a crazy game. 4 Archon versus 3 Swords of Plowshares. Wild. So I play the game. Black, Lotus, Breach, Dress Down. I mean, this is pretty bad against Vexing Bauble, right? But they've revealed a Chancellor of the Annex. All right. And a Wasteland. And a Chromox. And then a pass. Okay. So for me, basic island, jet. Can I win? Mystical. No, I'm 1 mana short of winning, right? So if my opponent end of turn marches my Lotus, I can crack Lotus, Mystical, Dress Down into Ancestral. So I think we should play the Lotus out. They're going to do it in my combat step. Okay. I think that's still fine for me. Let's go Mystical, Ancestral, Dress Down into Ancestral, cast Ancestral here. Cool. Man, Dress Down is so sick. Oh, nice job from the opponent, though, to do it during my combat step instead of my end step. End step would have been a lot worse for them because I would have had Dress Down in play during their turn. And then I force this. And then I win. Crazy. Deck slaps. That was a really cool play, though. It was a really cool one. Oh, wait, do I win? I can Mystical... So I can get a Black Lotus using these 3. Oh, I might not win. And then I need a Mystical. So maybe it's just Ancestral and then Lotuses and go from there. Unless I counted badly, which is definitely possible. Consult. Oh, wait. I don't have anything after this. Huh. I guess I was supposed to ponder and then play a Lotus. Then I can't play Ancestral from my yard. I mean, it doesn't matter. I have another Breach, but I guess I can consult for a Brain Freeze, and that should be fine. Is there a world where if I consult for a Brain Freeze and then I play Black Lotus, I mean, it should be fine. 3 Brain Freezes. I should have enough spells. Let's try it. I think my Magic Online is... All right. This is I don't know. Last time I cast this card, I died. There are 3 Brain Freezes. I feel like Brain Freeze is the best choice, though. Okay, I hit Brain Freeze, and now I can play Black Lotus, and now I win. Wow, cool. I've never done that before. I also have Oracle. Sweet. That was a really cool game. Honestly, that was one of the cooler games we played. This deck's very cool, very fun. Maybe this is why I liked the CEDH gameplay. That was like the actual card gameplay, because this is very CEDH adjacent in terms of the actual cards being played and how they're being played. Very cool. All right, here we are, sixth and final round. 2-3 bracket versus Eternal Weekend Champion Wizard 2002. Could be on Dredge, might it be disillusioned by Dredge? We'll have to see. Gonna keep this hand. Our opponent has kept 7. I am interested in pondering. I have Breach, Petal. Yeah. We are a Merchant Scroll for a Brainstorm away. And we technically have some protection as well. Let's see what opponent does for us here. Urza Saga, okay. Urza Saga, no Lurrus reveal. So maybe just Jewel. Sphere, okay, workshops. Lotus Petal is kind of hard to play through Sphere. If it was Black Lotus, it's not a big deal. You can play through Sphere. Damn. That's kind of unfortunate. What's the next card down? It's another land, right? Am I recording? I am recording. Sphere is really annoying here, especially with an active Saga. I would have loved to just Merchant Scroll for a Brain Freeze. But now, what do we want to be doing? I don't know. Maybe a more patient player waits here and does things. Force fetch. Force fetch seems good. Can still cast this force right now. I mean, I think my opponent is just gonna go like Wasteland Saga though, so maybe it's not that good. I mean, fetch is still good though. Another Saga. Another Sphere. All right. Well, I'm definitely happy we have force now. I think I have to get rid of the Merchant Scroll. I guess I can just cast this Merchant Scroll next turn. Maybe Cruise. I don't want to lose my whole yard to Cruise. The problem is still losing to 1 Sphere. This deck seems to have a Sphere problem. Maybe I need to have that main deck Shattering Spree. I have the Seal, but maybe the Seal isn't enough. This Orem Chant has also been extremely sus. It's got to be Ancestral. I don't know. How can I survive from here? I think we've identified some deck building errors. No construct. Solaring. Lodestone. Yeah. Ancestral. Mox and land is good. Constructs. I mean, we can't. I guess we could theoretically Oracle kill, but it costs so much mana. I don't know. Vexing Bauble, Mishra's Factory. Okay, just a copy of the winning list. Revoker. Yeah, that looks really bad for me. It's just so much. 3 spheres. All right, so I can do Pearl, and then I can play a kicked Orem's Chant on their turn. That buys me a turn, I guess. I guess. I've been thinking recently that a lot of decks might need to just play the Hercules main again. The percentage of sphere shops is like high enough, and there's value against Lurrus Saga by just bouncing construct tokens. So maybe just main deck Hercules is where these combo decks should be. And there's like Vexing Baubles running around, so what do I need from this? I need a dress down, right? But I can't cast the dress down. I needed to just be able to draw the dress down. So I think it's too much no matter what. Maybe I'd need to keep a Shattering Spree in the main. A Shattering Spree or a Hercules or both. It just depends on how much meta share there is. But there's some deck building things we can do if we think this is going to be the meta share. Definitely want all of my swords. I got 10 card sideboard. And then Pyroblast, Misstep, Flusterstorm, Orums. I actually think Oracle Consult is like a nice backdoor way to win through some things. So I kind of want to keep that. Maybe we'll go down a Breach Brain Freeze. We'll go down Gataxian Probe. We'll go down Treasure Cruise. We'll go down a Ponder Preordain. We'll go down Merchant Scroll is probably like the most mana intensive. Maybe we just go down LED. I don't know. It's a lot of cards out. Cat. Breach land. Yeah. This looks fine. Do I have to cast Ponder so I can hit my land drops? Or can I just pass with Volk Ruby up? Probably supposed to cast Ponder. Those are land drops. I'm okay with pitching Mystical, right? I think I'd rather just have 2 land drops. Could be wrong. Workshop. Automaton? Need 4 mana to kill Automaton. I kind of just want to force this Automaton. It's just my instinct. Sphere follow-up is like not that big a deal. Chalice on 1 is fine. Automaton is a great magic card. Super cool. Let's play this so I can actually fuse onto a Saga if I hit it. I hope my opponent plays a Saga here. Another Automaton. Fair. No Saga. Nettle Cyst. Well, if it's fused, it'll be 3, I believe. I think I just want to kill the Nettle Cyst. What's my card below? It's a Chain of Vapor, right? So I should fetch away. So from here, it might be correct to just go Breach Wear on the Chalice. Let's see what we draw. If we draw like a Lotus, then we can just go Lurrus, Lotus, Breach Wear. No, if I draw another Wear or a Swords, I think I just want to get rid of the Automaton. I guess I can't until I get rid of this Chalice. Yeah, I think this Chalice has got to go. Seems like an issue. Don't like that. I'd like to wish I knew we could draw the card so we could make our choice, but yeah, I think if you cast Wear, it's a 2 mana. If you cast Tear, it's a 1 mana. If you cast them Fuse, it should be a 3 mana. But they did change the rules on this before, so not sure. They've changed the rules on these kind of cards a couple times, if I remember correctly. It's kind of weird how this overflows out of the box. I don't really know what's going on there. Fuse. The fuse looks like it's a 1XL. Like if you have 2 cells in XL and then you merge in center, that's what that fuse looks like. Merge in center. My opponent disconnected, which is why we are not in our main phase yet. When opponent comes back, I will come back. Okay, we're back. I am going to go Underworld Breach and Wear so that we can do Pondering. Wear with Escape. So very nice. I guess Shattering Spree would have also worked, but I really have liked the Wear Tears so far. They've tested pretty well. We haven't even gotten to fuse it and kill a Saga yet, but when you do that, it also feels really sweet. See what opponent follows up with. Workshop, 2 cards in hand. Inspector, 1 card in hand. 6 power in play. And 2 inspectors. Okay, so 9 power, 10 power. It's a lot of power. 10 power, but nothing else. So if we draw some combo-oriented pieces here, we have a good chance. Swords to Plowshares. Okay. We can hit this Patchwork Automaton. Demonic. Does Demonic win on the next turn here with Time Walk? Almost assuredly. Wait, do I just win with Time Walk now? So I cast Time Walk. No, doesn't win. I can Demonic for a Lotus, but I'm actually short on Lotus Lurrus. So if I just swords the automaton now and they draw nothing, we go to 8 and then we go Demonic Time Walk and we get Breach. And then the Time Walk in Yard gets, that does not do it. Unless I'm missing something. I feel like this Demonic should be enough. In that case, should I not swords? No balance in our deck, but maybe we should. Be pretty interesting here. I mean, we could DT for Gush. We could DT for Lotus. I'm like kind of worried if I just do a swords play, my opponent attacks me for 6 and they draw like a sphere or something. So I'm like looking for a way to win right now. If we draw Time Walk, play Time Walk, untap. We have 4 cards in our yard. We DT with 4 cards in our yard and 2 mana up. Can we win the game? If we get a Black Lotus, we can't play Lurrus. If we get a Breach, we can't replay Demonic. If we get... I mean, we could always get Hercules. All right, let's just do... Let's draw Time Walk and Demonic and just swords the Patchwork Automaton. Yeah, balance would be really nice. When they draw, they just drew a Thorn. Yeah. That's like the number one thing I was worried about happening. That's so good here. That's exactly what I did not want my opponent to have. What do we do? We know the next card is Consign. We don't want Consign, so we just have to cast Demonic. I feel like we Demonic for a Lotus. And we cast the Lotus. And then we have a Lurrus plays on the next turn. What did they draw this time? Draw Nettlecyst, kill me? Oh no! Soul Guide Lantern! Oh no. That is not good. That's so good. No, you don't buy Lurrus with Lotus ever. You wait. Give you more information. Brain freeze. Oh, this Soul Guide Lantern is so good. So I can buy Lurrus and play Lurrus. They hit my yard. I can block. I have to block, and then I'm still at 2 with a creature in play. Wow, that Soul Guide Lantern is crazy here, because I would just buy Lurrus, play Lurrus, replay Lotus, play Time Walk, and then untap and win. Or even just like, yeah, then I would untap, play Breach, play Lotus, play Freeze. I wouldn't win though. I would have to hit a land or something, but it would be close. Because you can Breach kill through a sphere with Lotus, I believe. Maybe you can't. Maybe it depends. Is there any value in time walking first? I kind of want to have time walk after in case I draw combo pieces. I mean, I feel like I still just have to go Lurrus, Lotus, and then they hit my Soul Guide Lantern, hit my yard. It's so frustrating. I can't really let them do anything. Yeah, and then I just block, and then I have to win through a sphere still. But it gives me 2 draws to draw like Hercules. Even if they draw nothing, I can draw swords. I don't know. Brutal game. What did they draw this time? Revoker? No! Bruh, draw a land or something. Come on. I don't think we have outs here. Oh man, we've got crushed by shops in this tournament. We just got crushed by shops. All right, so I think our deck was a little too ambitious for a metagame where workshops is back in the forefront. I would, at the very least, cut this chant and either play a Hercules main or a Shattering Spree main. I like Hercules main a little bit more. It kind of fits the same role as the second Dress Down main would do. I would probably think about reevaluating if Oracle Consult is worth 2 slots. I would be interested in considering maybe down 1 Breach, down 1 Freeze, and getting some more slots that way. But I did kind of like how good my deck was at getting a Breach Freeze online, but it just didn't seem like that was actually powerful enough. Lots of ways to go about this. Definitely didn't hate what my deck was doing, and it very much worked at peak capacity versus our round 1 Lurrus Saga opponent. But then we got bullied by shops, and Oath I feel like should have been an okay matchup, but interesting tournament for sure. More vintage content like this Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. See you then.